A Japanese man was arrested for dating 35 women. A woman was charged with a felony for a 21-year-old unreturned VHS rental. And a bowler filled the bowling ball with his father's ashes and bowled a perfect game. These are the weird stories for Monday on Weird AF News. This is the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. My name is Jonesy. I'm very happy to be here. I hope you had a nice weekend. Got some weird stories from around the world. Come on. A Japanese man was arrested after dating 35 women at the same time to get more birthday presents. Who is this guy? Takashi Miyagawa is a part-time worker. Doesn't say what he does. Well, he works part-time and then he convinces women that it's his birthday the other times. That's his other part-time job. He's clearly very good at it. 35 women thought it was his birthday. He's being investigated for defrauding dozens of women by pretending he was very serious about each of their relationships and receiving thousands of dollars worth of gifts. He was apparently caught out when the women joined forces to create a victims association after discovering his extensive infidelity and reporting him to the police. Wow, you really got to wrong a lot of women if they get together and create an association to take you down. That's really... I mean, even Charles Manson didn't have an association to bring him down. This guy, Takashi... among the claims is that Takashi gave each woman a different date for his birthday, ensuring a constant stream of gifts throughout the year. Oh my goodness. What was his goal? To get from 35 women all the way up to 52? Have a birthday a week? This guy. One 47-year-old woman reportedly thought his birthday was on February 22nd. Another aged 40 was told it was in July. Another 35-year-old believed his birthday was in April. This is what the article says. You don't really need to go through all 35 women. We get the point. Another woman was told that his birthday was in a month that didn't even exist. In total, he allegedly received around 100,000 yen worth of gifts. I don't know if that's a lot. Sounds like a lot to me, though. That's a lot of yen, guys. Ooh, he even got a $300 suit. There's a photo of him. He looks like a playboy. Looks like one of these, like, ladies' man, you know, with the vest and the T-shirt underneath. Not the vest, the suit coat, but the T-shirt underneath. The cool hair. Yeah, I wouldn't trust this guy. Takashi's from the Kansai region. Allegedly, he began his dating spree while working for a marketing company selling shower products. Is that how he met his ladies? Yeah, let me show you this new shower head we got. And by the way, it's my birthday next week. Takashi is accused of targeting at least 35 single women through his job. Allegedly, he pretended that each of these relationships was very serious and that he wanted to spend his life with them. A report from the media includes some photographs apparently showing Takashi with women in different locations, such as a park and a restaurant and inside a shower. And there's a lot of photos of him blowing out candles. I'm kidding. I'm sure there is, though. There must be a lot of photos of him with various women blowing out candles. I'm sure they passed him around. Everybody showed, here's a photo of me. I got him a cupcake for his birthday. He's blowing out the candle. Hey, I have a photo of him blowing out candles too, and so do I. Police are reportedly investigating to find out whether any other women were taken advantage of by the alleged serial dating scheme. Of course, this story elicited a lot of responses online, people commenting what an awful individual this is. Someone wrote, terrible person, but I envy his time management skills. Yeah, I mean, that's no life, though, man. You got to sneak around all the time. 35 women at the same time? How do you pull that off? This guy's got some skills, but he's very misled. These amazing skills that he has to fool 35 people at the same time, convince them that he has this many birthdays. Somehow they don't see his ID ever. I mean, it's just, these are amazing skills. He could put them to work for good, but he doesn't. I mean, we could really use a guy like this in government to be disorganized. You know? I'm wondering if you're juggling 35 women, though. Let's say you do convince them, oh, it's my birthday this week, it's my birthday next week. You go, but at some point, Christmas is coming around, you know? And what are you going to do? You got to get 35 women Christmas gifts now, dude. I mean, are you really winning here? Sounds like you might break even, sir. 35 birthday presents. You got to trade 35 Christmas gifts. I mean, unless he just dumps them like right around Christmas. Yeah, I think we should just see other people for a week. I'll talk to you like January 7th. Maybe that's what he did. It's pretty crazy, though. And I mean, what do you do, ladies? I'll tell you what you do. When you're over his house, you look in the fridge and you just look for leftover birthday cake. You got to make sure you're the only one. A woman was charged with a felony for a 21-year-old unreturned VHS rental tape. Texas resident Karen McBride recently discovered that she had been charged with a felony for an unreturned Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS tape from over 20 years ago. McBride found out she was charged with felony embezzlement of rented property in March of 2000 while running into a problem with the DMV when she was trying to change her name on her license. As for renting the VHS, McBride, who now lives in Texas, has no recollection of renting Sabrina the Teenage Witch. She claims, "I have never seen one episode nor the movie. I don't even know this Sabrina the Teenage Witch. What is this?" For those of you who don't know, there used to be these things called VHS tapes. This was before DVDs. Do you know what DVDs are, kids? Blockbuster Video famously rented VHS tapes. Do you remember back in the day? Well, you had to return these things. They were like library books in a way. And if you didn't, you got charged a lot. I didn't know it could lead to a felony. This is news to me. And I'm now thinking back, do I owe an old library book or a VHS tape to Blockbuster? I better be careful. And if you don't know what the DMV is, that's the Department of Motor Vehicles here in the U.S. And oftentimes when you go to renew your license or register your car, you might find they may say no to you for various reasons. Like, sorry, you have unpaid parking tickets, unpaid speeding tickets, you have a felony, you have child support. I don't know. There could be many reasons. We don't like your face. We really don't like your face. You're not getting your license renewed. I mean, they're kind of ornery like that at the DMV. Now, as for what could have happened with Karen McBride, she believes that it was her boyfriend at that time who had 2 young daughters. Now, about renting Sabrina the Teenage Witch on VHS, she says, "I know I didn't. He had daughters. Perhaps he did." McBride found out about the incident when she contacted the Texas DMV to make an appointment back in November. She was told that she could not change the name on her license until she dealt with this issue in Oklahoma. So this is not even in Texas. This is like over state borders here. Karen McBride was given a case number and the number for an Oklahoma courthouse. She later learned that she had been charged with a felony. This is terrible. Felony embezzlement. How? It's just a VHS tape. How is this embezzlement? Now, fortunately for Karen, we cut to the court. Now, the judge realized that the felony charge was over an unreturned VHS tape from over 20 years ago and dropped all the charges against McBride. Yay! However, the Texas resident isn't exactly satisfied about having her name cleared after all this time. McBride claims that the unreturned Sabrina the Teenage Witch VHS tape caused her to miss out on opportunities over the years. "It's hurt me tremendously. My family, too. It makes me madder and madder the more I think about it. I was struggling to make ends meet when I knew I was quite capable of making really good money." McBride says she would often have to work 2 jobs in order to make ends meet, which did not add up to her. Okay, well, I mean, it sounds to me like you just found out about this VHS tape. So is this something that's been going on for a long, long time? You've been struggling to pay off this VHS debt? As of the writing of this particular article, McBride is actually pursuing some legal action. Since the story has started to spread, Karen has heard from others with very similar stories. Some claiming that they did jail time as a result of unreturned VHS tapes. Is this true? How? How could you go to jail for an unreturned VHS tape from 1996? I mean, people are really pursuing it like this? Is ridiculous. It says here, in 2016, a gentleman was pulled over for a broken taillight and was informed that he had a warrant out for his arrest. As it turned out, he was charged with a misdemeanor for not returning a copy of Tom Green's 2001 movie, Freddy Got Fingered. Oh my God, imagine going to jail for a Tom Green movie. Of all movies, not worth it, man. Just return Freddy Got Fingered, dude. No need. This is terrible, by the way, that they would be. First of all, it's a misdemeanor. You didn't return a VHS tape. You know, my country's just, this is why you're wondering, like, why are America's jails filled to the brim? Because we have too many laws. There's just too many penalties, too many laws. Like, we're not all bad people. Just turns out it's just really easy to end up in prison in America. It really is. So ridiculous. I'm embarrassed. I mean, I'm talking about most of the U.S. Florida clearly has zero laws, which is why you can just take off all your clothes and shove a VHS tape right up your butt right outside of Denny's and nothing's going to happen. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A bowler filled a bowling ball with his father's ashes, and then he bowled a perfect game. What a very feel-good story with a happy ending. I love this. And a great way to honor the dead. An Illinois man found the perfect way to honor his father, who was an avid bowler. His father died several years ago. John Hinkle. His father was John Sr., passed away 2016. John Hinkle Jr. has tried to find somebody out there who would put some of his father's ashes inside a bowling ball. It doesn't say who put the ashes in there, but he found somebody. It was a struggle, I'd imagine. I mean, there's no service that puts ashes inside bowling balls, I'd imagine, is there? There needs to be like an ashes service where you can just put ashes into anything. Anything you want. Bowling ball, a baseball, I don't know, inside a tie, shoes. Imagine having ashes in the sole of your shoes. You're just walking around with your grandma's ashes in your shoes. Is that disrespectful? It's kind of like you're walking on grandma. Maybe that's a bad idea. But what about putting ashes inside a hat? You know, I like these kinds of options. Well, anyways, Hinkle tried to find somebody. Finally, got the ashes inside a bowling ball. And then on April 12th, he finally used the special bowling ball filled with his father's ashes for the very first time. He spoke to his brother. He was quoted as saying, "Yeah, I told my brother I'm shooting a 300 with this ball with Dad's ashes in it. And my brother Joe said, go do it, man, do it." Sure enough, he did it. Hinkle, who won 2 NCAA bowling championships at Western Illinois, has bowled plenty of perfect games, but none like this. Hinkle, age 39, uses both hands when he bowls. Oh, really? Like a child? How did he win all those championships? Bowling with 2 hands? Because he bowls with 2 hands, he's not allowed to have 3-finger holes in his balls. He decided to fill the thumb hole with his father's ashes. So this is like a special circumstance. Because he bowls with 2 hands, he could do this. But I can't see why you couldn't do this anyways. Put the ashes in the center of the ball. Now, the elder John Hinkle never bowled a perfect game, it said. They want you to know he came very close, though, scoring 298 and 299. But Senior cultivated a love of bowling with his 2 sons from a young age, and John Jr. and his brother Joe still play on a local bowling squad. They played in college. Both brothers knew there would be no better way to honor their father than for John Jr. to bowl a perfect 300. I had goosebumps. I had chills. I did. It was like my dad was there. This is the best. This is my best 300 game, and definitely it was the hardest. I was shaking, man. I was shaking up there. That's a quote from John after he bowled. And I think this is a lovely feel-good story, and it's like having a connection with your father who's no longer around, doing what you love to do with him. I love stories like this. I hope that one day someone will honor me when I'm dead in some special way. I don't know what it would be. Maybe putting my ashes inside a wiffle ball bat and then hitting a home run. That'd be pretty cool. I've always loved wiffle ball. Some of you don't live in the United States, and you probably have never heard of wiffle ball, but you should look up wiffle ball, WIFFLEBALL. Yeah, I want my ashes in a wiffle ball bat. There, I said it. What about you? What do you guys want? How do you want to see yourself honored after you're gone? Call the show, 646-450-2012. The weirder, the better. Yay! I think it's so groovy now that people are finally listening to weird news. I think it's so groovy now. Hi, how are you? This is your trusty host that is there for you 5 days a week. I want to give thanks to someone who joined the Patreon named Renee. Renee Atkins joined the Patreon. Renee is giving me the best birthday present of all, joining the Patreon. Thank you so much, Renee. I appreciate you coming on board, showing your support. And you get a big shout out on this episode of Weird AF News in the outro, as they always go. I always insert my shout outs in the outro. So shout out to Renee Atkins. Renee Atkins joined the Patreon because Renee Atkins loves the weird news. And she loves to support the Jonesy on the week of his birth date. Thank you, Renee. Please enjoy the song. Make it a ringtone. You guys can join the Patreon as well as a celebration of my birthday and a show of loyal support. It's patreon.com/weirdafnews or go to weirdafnews.com and click on the link. Yes. How's the sound today, by the way? I'm experimenting with a new piece of equipment that I bought over the weekend, a piece of sound equipment that I think is pretty cool. So let me know how the sound quality is, if there's a little feedback. I think it sounds pretty good. That's where see, I'm putting the money to good use. The Patreon bucks go somewhere, websites and whatnot. I pay rent for a very small studio. It's called my closet. Anyways, let me get down to business by just telling you that I hope you had a nice weekend, and I hope you enjoyed the Florida Friday episode. Thanks to everyone who sent me articles for the Florida Friday episode. I appreciate that very much. It was very helpful. We had a good time with that. It is my birthday tomorrow, so if you'd like to call and wish me a happy birthday, the phone line is, the phone line, 646-450-2012, and then you can also email me, funnyjones@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me on Instagram @funnyjones, on Twitter @funnyjones, on Facebook it's Comedian Jonesy, all of that. Got some calls to publish, so we'll get to that now, and thanks for being here. I hope I've started your week for you on a good foot. Hope you have a lovely week, and we'll keep doing this for the rest of the week. Yes, week.
Hello, Jonesy. It's Maria in Miami, Florida, wishing you a really happy birthday. Feliz cumpleaños. I hope you have a great one. I also want to thank you for doing an awesome job describing all that weird news. I'm always laughing with those voices you do, and I love it. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
Yes, we could call you tomorrow and say happy birthday. We could, but we have a feeling that Jonesy's phone is going to be maxed out. So that's why I'm calling you now and say happy birthday, yeah, to you. Happy birthday, yeah, to you. Do a little lounge act for you. Hey, it's your birthday. Be safe. Have fun. Get a little crazy. Yeah, we know who you are and what you do, and we're all thankful for all the great things you do to make us laugh with your beautiful closet job, and one day you'll get out of that closet. Ha ha ha. Yeah, I'm not saying you're gay. But anyways, hopefully you'll be getting out and you'll have a great birthday. And calling you from Cleveland, Ohio. So be safe, my friend. And you are appreciated, and everybody does love the great things you do with your job you're doing. Great job, brother. Love you. Have a good birthday. Be safe. Your friend, Jim. Bye-bye.
Hello, Jonesy. This is George Bailey calling from Florida. It's 2 o'clock here Eastern time, and that's Florida time. And I guess I'm calling you to wish you a happy birthday instead of calling the police. I have called your show a time or two before in the past, and it's usually to talk about my neighbor across the street. He doesn't wish his name to be known, but he goes by the moniker Florida Man. And I'm awake at this god-awful time of the day, or night, I should say. It's Sunday night going into Monday morning, and I'm calling because he is awake and letting off fireworks. And I have spoken to him to find out why he is doing this, and he says that he is celebrating your birthday. So because of that, I have to be very, very patient with this man because he's always doing something ridiculous like this. And if I called the police every time that he did such crazy things, he'd be in jail and would not be able to take care of his family. His children would be in foster care, and I would just feel awful about it. So I'm calling you to wish you a happy birthday instead of waiting till later in the day at a more respectable hour when I would have done it at a later time. So anyway, I will wish you a happy birthday and let you know that the Florida man is celebrating in the state of Florida by setting off Roman candles and bottle rockets. He sits in his backyard and shoots them off over his house, and most of the debris ends up in my front yard. So, anyhow, your birthday is being celebrated in the great state of Florida. Take care of yourself. Happy birthday.